Hi everyone, this is Janus and welcome to Mintay Papers. Today I'm sharing with you this mixed media art I created using a new favorite collection of mine, Nightfall. So let's get started. I'm using one of the 12 by 12 papers and I'm also using one of the new large Chippies as my base. So this is paper number 2 and I just fuzzy cut the designs on the upper and lower portions of the paper. I'm using the moon phases as part of my background, and I did cut a few of them to add in to my design later on. So I just primed my base with some white gesso. I'm doing this because I am mixing watercolors later on along with acrylic paints, so in order for my paints to not seep in through or warp the chippy, I prime it with either gesso or watercolor ground. Anyway, as you can see, once the gesso dried up, I just used a stencil and some modeling paste and added textures to the base. So later on, you're going to see some design there that pops out. So I left this to dry for a bit, and then I'm taking the paper I tore up and cut portions of a while ago, and I'm going to take the moon phases portion and just lining it up on my base like so. I did end up manually cutting the pieces where there are hollow areas, that way it comes out better, and then I just glue that in place. Once that's in place, I just painted some portions of the chippy with purple watercolor paints, specifically the textured areas, just so I know where I'm going to lay out my color splashes later on. Next, I'm going to take some of the fuzzy cuts I have here and the paper die cuts, and I'm going to start playing with my layout. I'm going to use this mirror piece here. Is this a mirror? Anyway, this is going to be the focal point of my design. And I'm mixing it in with some glitter tool fabrics that I tore up and just adding it into my design here and there. It also helps to kind of add in a break between colors that way. And because I like adding dimension to my layout, I am using the excess parts of the chippies to help mount my elements in place. And I'm also adding in some stars here that I molded using air dry clay, which I absolutely love, and I think is a perfect addition to this project. It kind of adds in that starry night feel to the art piece. I'm going to paint it black and purple later on. So apart from that, I'm adding in some gold leaves that I have had lying around the house because I bought it like 2 years ago because they were really pretty, and since the color scheme I had in mind for this project was black, purple, and gold, why not add it in? As I build my layout, I am slowly adding in some purple and violet flowers here and there. And as you notice, my table is getting messier and messier by the minute. I've had a lot of tips from fellow crafters that I somehow forget to practice. once I'm already doing a project for some reason, so the cleanup after is a lot more of an effort than how I thought it would be. I also added in this butterfly mold because if you've been following my projects for a while now, you know how much I love butterflies in my design. Then once I'm happy with the layout, it's time to fully paint the chippy. So the outer portions will be majorly black to resemble the night, and I'm adding bursts of purple paints, particularly in the areas I splashed in some colors earlier on. I did the paints last because black paint tends to be very intense when I use it. It tends to kind of overpower my design. And since my painting background started with watercolors, I'm more accustomed to starting rather with light colors first, then building my way to darker colors. I also splattered in some white metallic paint to give it some more grunge. Once I'm finished painting the whole chippy, I want to add more gold into my design using some embossing ink, a stamp, and some embossing powder. I finished off the design by adding in a few more touches like the statement piece from the chipboard stickers and brushing in some metallic wax to give it a more rustic look, especially on the textured areas. And I'm done. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this project inspired you to create something as well. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Mintay Papers for more crafting projects. Follow us on social media and I'll see you next time. Bye!